fuck a stud. I don't fuck with studs. Ain't no stud, this, that. Like, feminine girl, me, please. Hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? What's good? It's your girl Shantae, but you already know you call me Tay. Welcome back to my channel, sis. So, as y'all can see from the title of this video is gonna be a how we met, you know, how we started dating video, because how we started dating is so unique and different. So yeah, we're gonna tell y'all how we met. So y'all already know this babe back here. This is my girlfriend Sybil.
Yeah.
We've been together almost 3 years. So February 21st of next year will be 3 years, which is crazy. So yeah, we're gonna take it back to when we first met, and then we're gonna jump into when we started dating. So you wanna tell them how we met?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all how we met, and she'll tell y'all. She gonna try to fix it and say how we met. But so I was out at the club, me,
It was like Thanksgiving Day, I think.
I think it was Thanksgiving night. It was like
Of like
Thanksgiving
2018.
night.
2018.
It definitely was a Thursday night.
Okay.
We went out to the club. Was at the club. Close to the end is when we was kind of like introduced. Somebody, you know, introduced. This is my auntie. This is Silver. So we just met. That's all it was in the club. We just met, whatever. So she was kind of like, we had like a VIP section or whatever, and she had on these little shorts, y'all. These little black shorts.
Y'all, if I can find the video, I'm gonna leave it up here for y'all.
So she was standing in VIP or whatever. So I was pulling on back of her shorts. So, you know, I was like, no, let me try to see, because I'm going to get a number before she figure something. So, you know, that's all it was in the club. So when the club was over and we was outside, that's when I walked up and said something to her. You know, it was like, put my number in your phone. And she was like, what? I was like, put my number in your phone. She was like, okay. So she put the number in the phone. So me, being who I am, I went on Facebook and went on her page and got her Snap, y'all. Got her Snapchat name. So I went and added her on Snapchat. And when I added her on Snapchat, she added me. So she probably just be adding people. She didn't know it was me. She added me. So the next day, I hit her up on Snap. I was like, hey. She was like, hey. So I saved all that shit, all that little mushy shit from back then. I saved it, whatever. So I went from there. I was like, hey. And I was like, text? I said, text me? I think I said, text me. That's what I said. Text me or call me. I said, text me. So we wound up texting. And it went from there. But it wasn't really like no whole bunch of conversation in the club. Like me, like I want you, I want to talk to you, I want to get to know you. It was none of that in the club. It was none of that in person. Anything that was said was through like text. It was through text. Cause on Snap, all I said was hey. She said hey, and I was like text me. And then that was it. That was really it. So it was kind of not like the usual how you meet somebody out. It wasn't that. It wasn't.
Okay, so basically, me and my brothers had went out, and while I was in the club chasing some ass that used to be mine, or somebody I used to deal with, we had them kind of started beefing a little bit in the club. So my niece had, I had already told my niece I was in town or whatever. So my niece had texted me and asked me where I was at, and I told her, if y'all from Gainesville or if y'all know the area, it was Gold Room at the time. Gold Room? Yeah, Thirsty Thursday. That's what it was, Thirsty Thursday. And so in the club, my niece texted me. She like, hey, you know, come over. You know, they had like a section or whatever. She told me exactly what it was at. So I go over to the club. Club small, right? I go over there, and she was like, hey, this is my best friend, Sybil. Sybil, this is my aunt, Tay. So that's, like she said, that's how we got introduced in the club. And it wasn't really too much said. I was just like, hey, because y'all, personally, studs were never like something, you know what I'm saying, that I was really into. I just felt like they was too close to a nigga for me, and I ain't had time to be playing. So I always dealt with more feminine Girl, so when Silver approached me outside of the club, like, hey, put my number in your phone, I kind of was like, okay, you know, playing along with it or whatever, but I really had no intention on dealing with her or talking to her, because although I felt like, you know what I'm saying, she was cute, studs were just never my thing. So when she hit me up on Snap, because mind you, she didn't have my number, so I didn't text her, so she didn't have my number. She wrote me on Snapchat. Like, I knew who it was, you know what I'm saying? The little thing comes up, you know, based on like the number or whatever. So I knew it's not like somebody, I was just adding somebody I didn't know. Like she said, that's a lie. I knew it was her. So, and then she was like, oh, text me. I was like, okay, you know, so we started talking. I was home on leave, y'all, because y'all know I'm in the military. So I was home on leave, and when I went back to Missouri where I was stationed at, we continued to text. And at first I was just kind of trying to be friendly, because I'm like, this is my niece's friend, let me just be nice, whatever. But I actually, excuse me, y'all, I actually ended up liking her. I had to make sure she wasn't on no hoe stuff. She had some loose ends she had going on with other people. And I kind of had loose ends, I guess you could say. So I had, you know what I'm saying? But we started talking, and I was like, okay. And so I had got a ticket driving back home from Florida to Missouri. I got a ticket in Georgia. And I told her about the ticket. She was like, how much the ticket is? So she sent me some money towards the ticket. I was like, oh, okay, you know, that was nice of her, right? But, you know, she's still a stud. So, like, whatever. So we continued to talk. She was like, hey, do you want to come to Atlanta or come to Atlanta for my birthday? So I was like, all right. The first couple times she mentioned it, I was like, whatever. But then I know she was serious about it, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll go. She sent the money for me to buy the ticket and everything, like, you know, for me to come. So I was like, all right. So we talked from the end of November up until February. We was just talking.
And you know what's so weird? I was depositing that money in your account. It wasn't Cash App.
It was.
I didn't have a Cash App. I was depositing in your account.
Yeah.
I just thought about that.
I had
sent her
my account number to my bank.
Yep.
And we don't even have the same bank. Even though we're from the same area, pretty much, we don't have the same bank. She was going to my bank depositing money into my bank account.
Yeah, because we wasn't Cash Apping then. No, yeah. I went to the bank.
I don't just give my bank account number to anybody, but I just trusted her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just trusted her. After we had talked for a while, and that's how we ended up going to Atlanta. So the first time we hung out was like 3 months later. Not even a full 3 months.
Because that was
December, January, February. So yeah, 3 months. Almost, 3 months later.
Yeah.
Almost, not even a full 3 months.
But almost 3 months. We missed 3 months by a couple days.
Yeah, and so I already have a video on my channel. Y'all need to go and watch that video. It's my Atlanta vlog.
Yeah, it was lit.
But we had the best time. Like, and that's why I say our story of how we started dating is so unique, because we basically dated each other over the phone for the first 3 months. Like, just texting, and then the texting went to call it, and then FaceTime. And that's basically what it was. And I would sit at work. I was working nights. She was working nights. And we would just sit up on Facebook messaging one another all night. Like, she was a
lot of our conversation is on Messenger. But I would be scrolling forever to get back to the top, because you can't like search stuff that we would talk about. You can't search it on there and go back to the top. So I would literally be scrolling for days. So I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, we have all the messages or whatever. Like, we just, you know, she worked at night, I worked at night at the time. So that's how we talk. And that's how we got to know each other, right? So me being me, I had to scope it out and make sure she hadn't tied up all them loose ends. Period. Y'all, if you're a feminine girl, you know what I'm talking about. I had to make sure she was done with all that. And we went to Atlanta. We left on a Wednesday. She drove. I flew. And we was in Atlanta from Wednesday to Sunday. We hung out. Like I said, y'all need to watch the vlog. I'll try to leave clips or whatever. But we was hanging out as though we had known each other.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I was nervous, but she was extremely nervous. Like, I wouldn't say I was really nervous, but I was anxious. when the time came for me to actually leave work, because I left work early that night, because I was on night shift, and I drove, was in the morning, I drove to Kansas City, which was an hour and a half in the snow, to catch my flight. And she picked me up in Atlanta around like what, 9 something that morning.
Yeah, it was like 8:45.
Yeah, so of course she was really nervous because she's like, oh, what if I'm gonna get catfish? What if she don't show up? This, that. But I'm like, she didn't put money in my account. Like, I hadn't paid for the tickets and everything. So we get to Atlanta, we hang out. I mean, we going to the aquarium, we eating out, we clubbing, we just really enjoying one another, and it just, we meshed. Like it just, that's not the norm. Usually when somebody go on a first date, you go to the movies, you go to dinner, you go, you know what I'm saying? Like, our first date was a whole 5-day trip. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, 5 days.
Yeah.
A whole 5-day trip. Like, in a whole nother state, whole nother city, just hanging out. And we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? We was just hoping that we meshed in person as well as we meshed over the phone.
Right.
So it was a good time, y'all. We had a wonderful time. Like, it was crazy though. But after we had been there, I think the first night we went out to like an R&B spot.
Yeah.
Went to an R&B spot, and I mean, we sang to each other and just hanging out as though we had been in a full-blown relationship for like months or years. Y'all, so let me tell y'all, we went, cause mind you, I had never messed with no stud. I'm lying. I ain't gonna say I never messed with a stud. I had messed with a stud back in like high school, but it was never no like. It was never none of that involved. So I was scared. You know what I'm saying? I was nervous. Y'all, so Matt, we get there. Your birthday was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that Wednesday, she had asked me to be her girlfriend. And it kind of caught me off guard because, like I say, we had never really been around each other. So I'm like, I kind of danced around it and didn't really, give her an answer.
So y'all, she should add the clip when I was talking trash about. I ain't gonna ask you no more.
Yeah, if I can find the clip, I'm gonna add the clip.
I know I got it on my phone too.
So that Thursday, which was the 21st, is when she asked me and I agreed to be her girlfriend. But for her birthday, I was like, I gotta make it somewhat special because her friends were originally supposed to come, but it ended up just being me and her, which it worked out. Like, it was nice. It was just me and her. So I was like, okay, I gotta make this as special as possible. So I went and ordered her cake, balloons. I'm like, we're so new. Like, I didn't want to go overboard. I'm like, I gotta do something. Wow, we went to the sex store.
That was fun.
Went to the sex store. Got what we need to get. Rose petals on the floor all day. It was a nice night. The next morning, I'm like, who the hell finna get these rose petals up off this floor?
Me.
So we need a broom. It wasn't no broom in the room.
I had to push them all up in the pile. You can't leave, like, when you decorate a room, you can't leave it like that for them to clean up. You have to clean it up. Or it'd be a fee.
Right.
They charge you for that. Even now, like, you gotta get your own stuff out.
So the cleaning girl come. Still got the box with the strap over there.
She could have took the box was empty.
So she laughed, y'all. Like, I was so strange. The way the room was set up, I gotta insert the clip. The way the room was set up, it was like, you come in, it was like a kitchen over to the right, the little living room, and then the bed was right in front of you, right? But you had to kind of bend the corner to get to where the sink and where the bathroom was. So I'm around the corner. Shane, I don't even know what the girl looked like. I never would come around and even see what the girl looked like. Did you know what she looked like? You seen her?
Yeah.
She let out a little laugh, and I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed she seen the box. That was crazy. But we literally had the best time, y'all. Y'all have to go and watch that vlog.
We did. We had a good time.
I had already watched other people's vlogs and knew everywhere I wanted to go. And we was hitting all the spots. Yeah. And she was right there, taking me, driving me everywhere we needed to go.
We went everywhere.
We was eating breakfast. We was hanging out. We went to like Escobar, 2 Chainz restaurant. We went to Boogaloo. Like, we was just hanging out. We went to what that club was.
Go Room.
Was it Go Room?
That Wednesday night.
Maybe Compound. Was it Compound?
Might have been. That Wednesday night, I cannot think of that.
I don't know what it was, but we had a good time.
We had a good time. That R&B night just kicked it off. That was nice. They played every R&B song. Like, that was raw.
So that's basically like how we ended up together. Like, the first time we went, when she picked me up from the airport, I'm sorry, I keep bouncing back and forth, but when she picked me up from the airport, I already knew what I wanted to eat. I wanted to go to Papa Do's.
And that's where we went.
I love Papa Do's.
Yeah.
We was there when we opened, because y'all, if you know, you know, Papa Do's get packed. So, I was sitting there looking at her like, I'm going to put the picture up. I was like, ooh. And the conversation flowed. Like, it just worked. It just worked, y'all. I'm telling y'all, don't try this at home, because it might not work for you, sis. It might not work for you, sis, but it worked for us. It worked for us, and now we're 3 years, during that 3 years into our relationship. Our relationship was long distance until, yeah. A lot of people don't know that we had a long distance relationship. Even people that lived like back closer to our hometown, like back in Gainesville and stuff, that people that know me, know her, they thought that we was around each other, like, and we wasn't. While I was in Missouri, she would come up, she would visit, she would fly, you know, back and forth. There's been a couple times I came home and she would drive back up with us and stuff, like, and we just kind of made it work. COVID was probably the longest time we've had to go without seeing each other, like 5 months. Yeah, and it was rough. But during that time, everything was rough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We weren't the only ones going through stuff. So, you know, we kind of just made it work. And now we live together. I live in Florida, 2 hours from my home. Well, I guess we both, neither one of us is really from Gainesville, but we're from the Gainesville area. So, yeah, like 2 hours from Gainesville. Like I said, she lives here now. She work, I work. So, that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's how we met. That's how I met my baby. It's crazy, y'all, because I always be like, fuck a stud. I don't fuck with stud. Ain't no stud, this, that. Like, feminine girl, me, please. That was me, y'all. I used to talk so much shit about stud. And now look what I got. But though, like, we're like, I'm happy. She was just different. She was just different than what I was kind of used to. And that I've always heard that, you know, they say about stud, like, it come through kind of sneak you off your feet a little bit. Fuck your head up.
Yeah.
So
That's what I did.
that's what Boo Boo did. So yeah. Yeah, y'all. But we just want to hop on here and tell y'all, you know, our little story, because you will see like just our chemistry. You would literally think, I'm pretty sure people that watch that vlog that don't know us think that we had been together for a long time. When we literally, that was our first time hanging around each other. We had only seen each other for a matter of what, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Because when I went over to the section, the club was damn near over, and they started fighting and stuff, and then they kicked everybody out. So we was only around each other maybe 20, 25 minutes, and we weren't even talking and interacting. We were just in the same area, you know, close to one another. So when we went to Atlanta, like I said, that's our first time even having a face-to-face conversation, really.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think people just think that we was together, or we was, you know, which we was. We got together in Atlanta, but we did not know each other to the extent of what people think when you watch that video. So, y'all, I'm telling you, go watch that video, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's maybe you probably have to scroll a little bit up on all my other videos, because like I said, this is darn near 3 years ago, but that video is definitely there, and it's definitely lit. So go ahead and watch that video, okay? Mine on a vlog. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
So that's all we got for y'all today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, okay? Because I'm getting back on it with this content, y'all. I'm getting back on it with this content. So yeah, you don't want to miss out. Yeah. So we'll talk to y'all later.